the reason red states now and moving forward will be a better environment for raising a family, for having a family than blue states. I mean, just take a look around, and it all comes down to politics. The way the extreme left has basically, it seems like they go out of their way to create an environment that would not only make you not want to have kids, make you not want to raise kids in that environment, in those states. It'll make you want to move out of those states because it has become increasingly dangerous, too dangerous to have children. Yeah. I mean, there was a time in this country's history when it didn't matter what the dominating politics of a state was, a city was. You would still have the same risk and reward as far as the dangers of raising children and having a family in those states. But now it's like the polar opposite. I mean, states like Illinois, with the new purge laws are coming into effect January 1st, they call it the Safety Act, but how safe will you be? No cash bail? That's very interesting. So I can go out, commit a crime, get arrested, be released within an hour, continue to commit more crimes, get arrested, released after an hour or two. A continuous cycle. How many people were suffered at the hands of people like this? Career criminals. You, you mean to tell me that they are not aware of how lax it's going to be in the state of Illinois at the first of the year in 2023, January 1st? You really believe that they're not also preparing? And it just makes you wonder, like these lawmakers and these politicians, is it, one, can they possibly be that dumb? Or two, are they in on it? Are they receiving kickbacks in some kind of way for it? Is somebody sliding them a manila envelope underneath the table to look the other way? Is there an overall grand scheme to pretending you are oblivious to what the outcome will be if you make these kind of laws? These laws that favor the criminals and punish law-abiding citizens. And it's ironic that law-abiding citizens, we are footing the bill as far as taxes. Taxes go up, cost of living goes up. But if you're a criminal, it becomes much, much easier for you to survive. They've created an environment that basically rewards you if you're a criminal. What's the incentive to no longer be a criminal? There is no incentive any longer. So, if you make lives of criminals easier, will it breed more criminals? Of course. You create an environment that makes people even more desperate. Even people who would normally not do certain things, even they will be tempted now. Because now they know all you slap on the wrist, pay some tickets. They reduce jail time into a ticket, basically. Pay a fine and send you on your way. But you go out there and commit more crimes, hurt more people, murder more people. Yeah. It's not just happening in Illinois. In my personal opinion, Illinois is ground zero. It's going to be the testing ground. It's the experiment. And slowly but surely, you're going to see other states follow suit with this ideology. And then all of a sudden, you're going to have more and more states with an increasing amount of more and more criminal activity. And the politicians are pretending they're oblivious. They don't. Oh, it's a good thing. It's not going to make more criminals. That's nonsense. This is their thinking, if they're thinking at all. Or the money, the kickbacks they're getting, they probably can care less about the people anyway, which is blatantly obvious. Is it a means to an end to create more criminals? Now we can really bring in martial law because the public is out of control. We can't control them. They've lost their minds. See, they're going to switch the blame to the people. They love doing that. And the whole time, the worse it gets, the badder the environment gets for you to raise a family and children, the more money these lawmakers and politicians are going to make. This is why they don't care. They can care less about you. They just want your vote. They know they're going to get your vote because they're going to create an environment that's going to make you so petrified and fearful of just walking outside, taking a casual stroll down the street, minding your own business. They want you to be deathly afraid of doing that. That way, they can get on a podium and say, hey, have you noticed more crime in your area? An uptick in crime? Murders, robberies, burglary, sexual assaults? Have you noticed an extreme uptick in that? Well, if you want that to stop, vote for me. That's the cycle, the hamster wheel that these blue states are trying to create. And they think if they do this, they create this kind of environment, in their mind, it guarantees them that they will always get elected in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that's noticing this. The problem is, what are we going to do about it? Because a lot of people either don't have common sense or they choose not to have common sense. One of the two. And in this environment that we live in today, we can't afford to have that be the majority. So this video is basically for the people who are raising a family. You have children, you love your children, you care about your children, and you happen to live in a blue state, predominantly blue state. You see it for yourselves. Now you have to ask yourself, and hopefully when you're asking yourself, this conversation does not take long because you have no time to waste. You have to uproot your family and get out of these blue states. Assuming that you care about your family, you love your family. Assuming you love your children. They are no longer safe for families. If you have the kind of job where it's not that easy to just uproot and leave, I definitely understand that. My message to you is start making a plan. Start looking in other states for jobs like yours, companies that directly compete against companies you work for, and start there. The livelihood of your children depends on it. If you want them to have any sort of future whatsoever, I suggest to you, you need to move out of these blue states, move to a red state. If you're the kind of person that can conduct yourself in a civil, upright manner, you're a law-abiding citizen, pay your taxes, you do what you're supposed to do in life, you don't bother nobody, you don't hurt nobody, but you will stand up for yourself and your family. If you're that type of person, I suggest you move to a red state as soon as possible. You no longer have time to procrastinate. You no longer have time to say, well, I don't know about that. What if this happens? What if that happens? What if we don't like it there? That era is over. You have to get out of there while you can. Because these blue states, these blue cities are going to continuously get worse and worse and worse. You don't want to be the parents that has to bury your children. The natural order of life is your children bury you. You don't want to have to. You need to start thinking about that. You start second guessing moving to a red state, because I guarantee you, the worse the blue states get, the higher the percentage and the chances will increase of you having to bury your children, which is every parent's worst nightmare. So basically, this video is for the people, the law-abiding citizens who have noticed blue states and blue cities going into the trash can, becoming extremely more dangerous, too dangerous to raise children in. This video is for you. Get out of there while you can. That being said, Red Blizzard 357 out. If you like my content, like, share, and subscribe. Support the content by hitting the Cash App, $Cobra Clutch 357. Peace.